I never thought I'd be doing a Raw review so soon, but you know, I'm back and my subs have been demanding I do a Raw review. They want a Raw review. So, you know, I figured I'd give my fans a little treat, my subs a treat, and I will review Raw Country. YEE-HAW! So this is the Raw from last night. It had a country theme. Isn't it ironic that someone like me who talks so much shit about the WWE, says how childish and stupid and PG it is, I return, and the Raw that I return to review is Raw fucking Country. Come the fuck on. I mean, seriously, I didn't plan this or anything. You know, some of my haters are going to say, it was a conspiracy. You returned when they had a bad Raw. No, this is just how it's been. And you want to know something? I'm going to tell you something. This was so fucking cartoonish and so fucking just outrageously bad. It starts off with the Authority returning. It's Triple H and Stephanie. After a 1 week vacation, they're coming back. I feel like it's the year 2000 again, but not in a good way. It's like if the year 2000 didn't have any attitude in it, and instead it was a big pile of shit. And that's exactly how this felt, a big pile, like a big pile of shit. So they come out, and now Vicky Guerrero and Brad Maddox need to be punished. Now, there was no mention of Kane, who last week, you know, he was there. Now he's not there. So Kane, this is what I got to talk about, even though he wasn't there on this show. This guy starts off his career without a mask. Then in 1997, they reinvent this character to great success by making him Kane. They put the mask on him with the long hair and everything, and this whole backstory that he's been burned. Pretty cool. Then they unmasked him in 2003. He wasn't burned. They revealed that all that long hair was fake. You know, it was just a wig that they tied on to the mask. And then he puts the mask back on years later. And he's got shoulder-length hair. And it's quite obvious that no one could grow their hair that fast. And we're supposed to accept this. And now, once again, he's unmasked. And now he looks the same way he did back in 2003. You know, I am not even going to try to understand this company anymore. I mean, my brain cells get killed every single time I watch a fucking episode of this shit. Every single show is full of more shit, more stupidity, and more illogical, moronic bullshit. So they're going to punish them. So they start off with the first punishment match. It's Orton defeating Brad Maddox, and they just stop the match. So here's the thing. Usually when you have like a heel that nobody likes, like Brad Maddox, who's like one of these authority figures, they usually have like the baby face, you know, the face of the company, beat the shit out of them. They did it with John Cena and John Laurinaitis like more than a year ago. That's like, you know, even though that was a horrible fucking match, that is how it's usually booked. It makes sense. People are going to cheer when you beat down the bad guy. But they bring out Randy Orton, a guy that everybody hates, an undeserving champion, a big boring pile of fucking monkey shit. And they come out there and, you know, they attempt to be hardcore. Orton throws him over the table, doesn't throw him through the table, but over the table. Why is this happening like in every single match that people are getting thrown over the table? It ain't a cool spot, and they like repeat this shit every single show. They recycle the same spots. It's sad when you see the same spots being recycled by different wrestlers on the roster. And they just end the match. You know, nobody likes it when they stop a match. And why do they have to stop a match like with Brad Maddox in it? How does this make sense? It's not even like he was bleeding or anything. He beats him down with a microphone, and that's it. That's all you get. You know, one DDT on the barricade, but that's it. This is not hardcore. His life wasn't in danger. It was just a shitty match that made no fucking sense. It was badly booked too. Then you got Big E Langston defeating Curtis Axel for the Intercontinental Championship. Well, there you go, folks. There you go. That was the big title reign for Curtis Axel. Let me tell you something about this. This is Mr. Perfect's son, but doesn't have a shred of the in-ring talent, doesn't have a shred of his presence, doesn't have a shred of anything. He's nothing like his father, even though they say, oh, he's so much like his father, just because he kept saying perfect at the end of every promo that Paul Heyman was cutting for him anyway. Now he dropped Paul Heyman, and now he dropped the title. Pretty soon this motherfucker's going to be dropped from his fucking contract, and hallelujah, because he's a big fucking loser with no fucking talent. And, you know, and the thing is, he can't even be happy about him dropping the title, because he dropped it to Big E Langston, a bodybuilder. You could take any fucking bodybuilder off the bodybuilding circuit, and you could fucking just put anybody in this spot. All he does is clotheslines, big splash. Anybody could fucking do it. Anybody. And now he's the Intercontinental Champion, a guy who's not even over. Why did they put... I see that, you know, they want to attempt to put a belt on him to, you know, put him over. But the belt's got no fucking credibility, and everybody says that. So how is anybody supposed to, you know, respect this guy or, you know, cheer for him? There's no reason to. He doesn't cut good promos. He doesn't have good matches. He doesn't have a presence. He doesn't have anything worth the fucking shit. So why the fuck are we supposed to get behind Big E Langston? And this title change was got to be the most uneventful one I've ever seen in my whole fucking life. Just wins the belt like that. You know, out of fucking nowhere. Then it's musical chairs. This is part of the Total Divas bullshit. You know, I don't watch this show and I never will. It's bad enough I'm watching this fucking bullshit. I'm supposed to watch that fucking bullshit too? Get the fuck out of here. I ain't watching that fucking shit. You know, what a bunch of fucking trash. They doing musical chairs, and then they just start brawling, and that's it. You know, and there's no decision. It's just childish, more childish fucking garbage. Then it's the Big Show defeating Ryback. You know, an okay little match between, you know, two big guys, and Ryback jobs again. You know, what is this with Ryback? This was Vince McMahon's guy, Vince McMahon's next Goldberg. He said that this guy was going to be bigger and better than Goldberg. Didn't even fucking come close. Didn't even come a quarter of a way. Didn't even come 0.1 of a way to even matching up to Goldberg. And jobbing every single match to Cena, jobbing every little match to Punk, jobbing to everybody. Not like I wanted the guy to win, but they put so much time and effort into, you know, putting this guy on TV, boring us with him. You would think that at least they'd make the guy win or make him look tough, but no, he's just a fucking jobber, a big muscular jobber. The fuck's the point? He picks up Big Show and they make a big deal about this. You know, John Cena's picked up the Big Show how many times? Except he flips him the other way. Hell, even The Rock, Kurt Angle's picked him up. Everybody's picked up the fucking Big Show. Yeah, fuck, even I could pick him up. Yeah, just let me at him. I'll just fucking slam him like Hogan or some shit. I mean, come on. Everybody else is fucking done it. Don't look that fucking hard anymore. It was an impressive spot 10 years ago, but now everybody's been fucking slamming Big Show. It's not impressive anymore. You know, announcers are marking out, whoa! You know, I'm like, So, yeah, and then Randy Orton comes in, tries to do a cheap shot on him, a Big Show cheap shots him, and there's your big pay-per-view match there. Remember I was saying, you know, months and months ago, that's all you see is Orton versus Big Show, and they have the audacity to put this shit on pay-per-view and make you pay $50 for it. It ain't even worth watching over the internet. I'll tell you something, it ain't even worth watching a live stream of that fucking bullshit. That's how fucking shitty it is. Why they're recycling the same shit over and over in WWE. You know, here's the thing. If I take a shit, pick it up, put it on the table, and present it to the WWE booking board, you know, they're going to say, hey, it's a shit on the table. You know, but okay, you know, we'll use it anyway. A week later, months later, I come back, I take another shit, I plop it in the middle of the table. Boom, there you go. There's your shit for the month. And they go, well, it's the same shit you gave us last month, but we'll use it anyway. That's how it is with the fucking booking. They're just fucking plopping shit down and just, you know, they're recycling the same thing. You know, it was a different shit, obviously. I'm presenting a different shit, but it's the same shit. Understand? If you don't, it's, you know, you're not going to understand WWE anymore because it's the same thing. It don't make sense. It's the same shit recycled, and why they're doing it, I don't know. I really don't have a reason anymore to tell you. Then it's the Real Americans defeating The Miz and Kofi Kingston. Two good moves in this match. The leapfrog stomp by Cesaro and the DDT by Kofi Kingston. Okay, you know, this is, okay, but here's the thing. The match was to set up for The Miz turning heel, and all he does is drop off the apron. And that's it, with a big cheesy smile. You know, The Miz was once an intriguing character. And then they just let him fall by the wayside, put him on the back burner, just wasted him in his character. He was cutting good promos. He was probably one of the most interesting wrestlers on the roster at one time. And then they just fucking dropped the ball with him, much like they do with everybody else. And so this is the big heel turn, and they just had a feud like a year ago, Kofi Kingston and Miz. The same fucking shit. Do you see what I'm saying here? It's the same fucking thing being repeated over and over again. It's no fucking different. I don't understand. What is with this? Turn someone face one month, turn them heel next month. You know, there's no consistency. It's all over the place. It's just like taking chapters out of a book and moving them around and presenting them as a new book. You know, no one does that, so why is WWE doing that and presenting it as a new fucking product? Then, you got AJ defeating Vicky Guerrero. Another fucking repeat again. It's time to punish Vicky Guerrero. Vicky Guerrero is acting very cartoonish. She's pretending like she's sick, like she's ill, like she's unconscious. Then, you know, Stephanie McMahon makes like she's buying it. And then, you know, she says, oh, you know, you could take her to the hospital after her match. And then she wakes up, no, like a fucking cartoon. I've seen Daffy Duck do that shit 1,000 times in the past. You know, I feel like at the end of fucking Raw, they should go, that's all, folks. I mean, seriously, it's like, I feel like I'm watching a fucking cartoon. I feel like I'm watching Nick Jr., the Disney Channel or some shit. I don't understand how this is supposed to be taken seriously. I can't take it seriously. Brain cells are being deducted as I am watching this bullshit. And so AJ makes her tap out to her octopus stretch. You know, Tamina is there to intimidate Vicky like a bodyguard. She's, you know, got the biker shit on, and this is not fooling me into thinking she's a good wrestler. They just changed her outfit. Fuck off. And then it's Ziggler defeating Sandow in a Broadway brawl. And this was so fucking cheesy. Just stupid, weak-looking weapon shots. I appreciate the, you know, the head on the chair, spot in the corner. But other than that, you got Ziggler, you know, putting a snare drum over Sandow's head. It's, you know, the drum is around him, and then he hits him with a guitar in the head. You know, they referenced Double J, but it was, you know, good when Double J did it because it was part of his character that he was a country music singer, but now that, you know, it's fucking 20 years later and people have grown the fuck up already, it doesn't look cool anymore. It looks cartoonish, and him with the drum around him. I have seen that in Bugs Bunny again. What is this fascination? Once again, you know that the WWE wants to be a part of Disney. They're already making a fucking Scooby-Doo movie. They want to fucking kiss Disney's ass. They want to show, hey, look, we're fun. You know, everything is cartoonish. During this match, I felt like they should have had like sound effects in the background. Ziggler should have took Sandow and did this to his throat. Oi, 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 oi. You know, seriously, very cartoonish. And Sandow was just had the money in the bank, and he's jobbing out again. Ziggler had the world championship. People were going nuts for him a couple of months ago. Now he's a fucking joke. This is how they handle their talent in this company. Then Del Rio and Cena do a boring promo segment. Cena's got his arm in a sling again. This guy's had his arm in a sling more than Bob Orton had his arm in a cast in the 80s. I mean, what the fuck is this? More recycled bullshit. When they ain't recycling things from months ago, they're recycling things from the fucking 80s that weren't even that great to begin with. This is just fucking retarded up the fucking ass already with this fucking bullshit. I am sick to fucking death of Cena, Del Rio. Del Rio wasn't even good to begin with. Has never been over, ever. And he hasn't had any good matches, no good promos, no good rivalries, nothing fucking memorable at all. And he's still there in the main event. What a fucking piece of shit. How fucking boring can things get? It's a fucking feud that nobody wants to see. We don't want to see Cena. We don't want to see Del Rio. Two guys that nobody wants to see. Look at this. Two main events that nobody wants to see on one pay-per-view. And they're asking $50 for it. Once again, not even worth to watch it for free. That's how bad it is. Then, no, his arm isn't injured, so he tries to FU him, but Del Rio escapes. Big fucking deal. Then it's R-Truth and Xavier Woods defeating the Rhinestone Cowboys. 3MB, they continued his gimmick of, you know, dressing up according to what town they're in. You know, last week it was the Union Jacks because they were in the UK, so they dressed up with the Union Jack flag on their tights. You know, this week they're in Tennessee, and it's Raw Country. YEE-HAW! So now they gotta dress up as, you know, cowboys. How fucking retarded. And Xavier Woods was a big fucking cheesy loser in TNA, copying a movie character, Apollo Creed. Consequences Creed. Listen out, fucking name. A fucking stupid alliteration that they came up with in TNA, much like all the other fucking stupid names they come up with. Like suicide or manic. You know all these dumbass names they come up with. So Xavier Woods was actually in NXT like 3 years ago. He wasn't good enough to make it to the big league, so they shoved him down in indie hell for a couple of years where he did fucking bullshit. So now he's back, and they team them together because they're two black guys that know how to dance. How fucking racist. How fucking boring. How fucking predictable. This is just the shit you would expect out of WWE at this point. And once again, the announcers are marking out because he rolled and did a clothesline, a move that any fucking wrestler could do. Even the Big Show could do that fucking bullshit, and they're acting like it's the best thing ever. This is just moronic. Pulling a guy out of nowhere, throwing him in front of thousands of people, tens of thousands of people, and we're supposed to get behind them. What the fuck is this? This is not good quality wrestling like a lot of people are saying on the internet. I saw people saying that the show was actually good. It was entertaining. What the fuck is entertaining about this? Seeing a fucking indie jobber someone from TNA, a TNA reject. You know, everybody says with TNA, I fucking hate TNA. They say that it's full of a bunch of WWE rejects. Well, here we go. WWE's got a TNA reject now on the fucking roster. Look at this. Even R-Truth, a TNA reject. 2 TNA rejects teaming together. And then Florida Georgia line performs. The crowd is dancing a little bit, but then at the end of the performance, barely anybody is cheering, which is sad because this is Tennessee. Now, I don't follow country music. I don't know if they're popular or not, but judging by the crowd response, I don't really think so. You know, they should have gotten Willie Nelson or somebody. At least, you know, it's a safer choice. I know he's old, but people in Tennessee would appreciate it. And plus, it's a wrestling fucking show. They shouldn't be doing country music on a fucking wrestling show. Come the fuck on. You know, wrestling, they've always associated with, you know, rock music. It's always been like that. You know, back in the Attitude Era, most of the songs were either metal or, you know, some more hardcore hip-hop, you know, mixed with metal. And now it's just some boring-ass country music band performing that no one's even popping for. Then it's Daniel Bryan, CM Punk, the Usos, and the Rhodes Brothers defeating the Shield and the Wyatts. And this was actually a pretty good match. Whole show sucked, but this one was okay. I like that they were hitting the finishers. It reminded me of the Attitude Era or Ruthless Aggression Era when they used to have these big tag matches. They did this more actually in the Ruthless Aggression Era where they had big tag matches, 10-man, 12-man tags, and they would all hit their finishers, you know, at the end, and everything would go crazy and, you know, everything would break down. I like that. I like that they harked back to the old school and it didn't feel old. It felt new and good. So this was a good match. And it was a shame because everything else fucking sucked. Everything else was fucking horrible. It was a horrible fucking show with only one good, decent match at the end. And then Rey Mysterio returns at the end. And who gives a fuck? Seriously, this guy can't even fucking move anymore and he's returning. How many knee injuries is this guy going to come back from? He's had more knee injuries than Hulk Hogan. And he's going to come back again. No one cares. Some 8-year-old children might care, in, you know, in the nosebleed section. But me and a whole bunch of other people, this ain't going to bring in any new viewers. So that's it. You know, I've had enough of fucking Raw. I don't know how I can review this shit anymore. Boring. Boring. Boring bullshit. I am sick to death of 3 hours. Yeah, oh, but Brad, you said the last match. Shut up! The last match isn't gonna save, you know, 2.5 other hours of fucking boring, mindless bullshit that's depleting brain cells every fucking half a second. I cannot tolerate this wrestling anymore. Yes, I know I've been watching it since I'm a baby, but get the fuck out of here already. How much longer am I supposed to waste my time with boring-ass bullshit? Musical chairs, you know, country brawls and boring-ass shit like this. This is just moronic. I feel like I'm watching a cartoon, you know, and if I want to watch a cartoon, I will put on Bugs Bunny. I ain't going to put on the WWE and watch a bunch of 30-year-old guys make fools out of themselves. This is just stupid. It was a dumb show. Raw country. YEE-HAW! You know, something seriously. I felt like putting a fucking boot spur in the middle of my fucking forehead and splitting it wide open. It'd feel better than watching this shit, I'll tell you that much. Show sucked.